We have some more Star Citizen 3.14 updates with desync and tests. Where are we with bugs and balance? And also we've got some updates on the latest RSI subscriber offerings this month. As we've been covering over the last few weeks, Cloud Imperium are focused on finishing off their latest live build for Star Citizen, with plans to release it later this week. And the latest test patch 3.14.0V on the PTU is an interesting one. We reported yesterday about the oddity of the known issues entirely changing from one mini PTU patch to the next, which is odd, because those previous patches hadn't been fixed, or at least not all of them had been fixed in the patch that came after. They just didn't appear to be listed. And it's happened again with this patch. So the main update in this patch is optimizations put in to help fix the major desync issues, with Cloud Imperium saying, we've put in an optimization in the hopes of greatly reducing incidents of rubber banding caused by server stalls, and they're asking for players in the PTU to help give feedback. I'll link the thread down below. But with this latest PTU, they have compiled all the known issues together, got rid of the ones that have been solved, added a load of new ones, and this is the one true known issues list now that they're sort of trying to solve, assumedly, for a live release Friday or Saturday, if possible. I mean, it's not confirmed that it's going to be released this week, but they are aiming for that. So, the known issues list is, when launching you can get a 16k error, when logging back in after a bed login you can get a 20k error or spawn at the stand-in star, not ideal. After a server 30k disconnect you can get a bad token and not be able to join the servers again until you relog. The game can crash immediately after pressing a launch game. Elevators or the environmental content can be missing in some places. Players are unable to leave party menu from main menu. The chat window is positioned too low to be fully readable on ultra-wide monitors. Medipens occasionally have no effect. Swapping FPS weapons can drop or remove the currently held weapon. Minables in scan mode display incorrect percentages. The player may become unable to open the hammerhead turret doors. Constellation Andromeda Copilot is unable to target in missile mode. Elevators at Grimhex can lose functionality. Search missions such as the Shipment Lost and Lost Cargo mission don't update once the player has collected the cargo box. Some delivery box missions can't be completed at Area 18. Distortion weapons can lead to friendly fire thresholds being activated too quickly. The Demon Fang combat knife is missing. When entering the pilot seat of the 100i, you can face the wrong way. Players can face the wrong way in Arena Commander when they spawn. Occasionally the quantum drive may start spooling for no reason. Some quantum drives don't activate. There are flashing lights coming from the HURL4 station, and the Nox variants are missing comms MFD buttons. Moreover to those known issues and fixes, there's also been another Xenothreat playtest with a focus towards that desync fix. So they are trying to solve some known issues specific to this event too. Players are unable to complete Phase 3. Phase 3 VFX, the Idris is despawning before its death animation fully plays. AI ships are being spawned with their shields turned off, and destroyed vehicles leave intact components visible, which would be fine if you had salvage ships. However, reading the feedback from this event that was tested last night, there are still issues. Positional desync is still happening, ship positioning, angles of fire, ships firing not from where they are. Rubber banding and hitching are significantly better, it appears, but sometimes still occur. And I'd say that the PTU positional desync is better than it was before, but sometimes still happens, and when it happens, it's bad. It actually seems really erratic, with some players having an amazing bug-free event, desync-free runs, and others having loads of problems. To be honest, that could actually be part of the test, and will help lead Cloud Imperium to tracking down the issues for the live build. That's the hope, at least anyway. I'm hoping that 3.14 Live is not a buggy mess. I'm hoping that the events are great, but it does depend on what that live build's like. It depends on, bam, it's gone live. Is the desync everywhere? Is it sometimes? Is it erratic? I just want it to be as less as possible, because if 3.14 is playable, as in the desync's not too terrible, I can log into the servers, I can play the game without all the ships just stop moving, then I can experience and enjoy, hopefully, the new combat and balance changes and the power and these new events, and I'm really looking forward to that. It should be the best patch we've ever had, so let's hope that it is. There was a thread as well that gave us a little bit more insight into balancing and that sort of stuff. So the thread was called "You Asked Why the Saber is Bad, CIG." This is where the OP, the original poster, talks about issues with the Saber and its balance for 3.14, with Cloud Imperium's Yogi Cat responding more generally with, as we said a lot of times in different channels, the combat development is not done. 3.14 was mostly about establishing a baseline for all fighter-sized ships that includes the Sabre as a medium fighter. So it's expected that the pure flight envelope is somewhere comparable to a Hornet for now. We did not have enough time yet to properly look at every single ship and tune it towards the visions that were defined before. Ultimately, we want every ship to play a proper purpose, but doing that takes time. I certainly would not melt anything based on the current performance as combat development is not done. Certain combat elements are still missing, and balance will continuously change over the next quarters, and this includes flight tuning as well. I cannot really discuss specific details of the Sabre's performance numbers yet, as we're not done with it. What you can expect from it is that it will be able to fill its role if handled correctly. So the takeaway from that is ships will eventually get a lot more balance. They're not done yet, and in the future the ships will fit their role and be balanced into that more appropriately. So if you bought a ship expecting it to be fit for a certain role, that's what the role that it should be fit for eventually when it's fully balanced out, whatever. And at the moment, they're not finished, so don't worry too much. I was talking to someone as well about the new power management and capacity gameplay in my comments, and what Cloud Imperium are working towards, because obviously this isn't the finalised thing, and we need physical components for physical damage. These are steps towards a slightly gamified 90s Wing Commander-esque dogfighting system. So I was talking to this guy. He was accusing me of being on CIG's payroll. It was more of an angry comment rather than actually believing that, I think. But I would like to say I'm not on CIG's payroll or Cloud Imperium's payroll. The argument here is that I quite enjoy the new power and power triangle and capacity changes. I actually think that it is pushing towards that 90s game Wing Commander dogfight style, and that's the gaming spirit that I always expected Cloud Imperium and Star Citizen to try and capture. That said, some people want that true Newtonian simulation, which was also sort of promised, and the game is certainly becoming more gamified. I still reserve the right to dislike or criticise the system in the future. I might not like it in the future, but the direction it's going and the simplification of it and the fact that it works, I quite like. And you don't have to agree with me. In fact, if people like the system, don't like the system after they've tried it, after they've played with it, voice your opinions. This is part of the game's development, and you having your say on this, and in a civil as way possible, and saying, look, I like this bit of it, I like this bit of it, I like the old system, I actually think you should go in this direction, oh, I hate this. That's okay. That's good. The feedback is important. I will respect other people's opinions on this, as long as they're done in a civil manner. So, yeah, no worries. Feel free to message me at any point if you disagree with me, or you agree with me, or whatever. But I don't want people to just agree with me just because I've said it. That would be ridiculous. And I don't want people to be very angry at me if I have a totally different opinion, or even the wrong opinion of a system. I may have got something totally incorrect, or I may like something that is trash in the future. I'm sure that I will. I just cover Star Citizen news, and sometimes I'll give my opinion on if I like something or if I dislike it. Something quite cool that's happening on Friday is that we have a Star Citizen Live, though we don't have a time for it yet, from the USPU features team. So this is talking about some fantastic topics. So you can ask questions, you can go in the thread, you can ask questions, those questions will get upvoted, some of them will get asked. So the topics that they are taking questions on are the Ninetales Lockdown, that new dynamic event, cargo refactor, physicalized on grids, tractor beams, loading, unloading, and looking ahead to persistent hangars. That's a big one. Selling, loot is coming, and you're going to need a way to unload it. Persistent hangars, ship spawning in the same place you docked it. Localized inventory, not player-owned hangars, that is a different feature. ASOP terminals, as they relate to persistent hangars. Shopping, as related to localized inventory and persistent hangars. Procedural character generation, controlling the quantity and type of NPCs within a given location's population. Reputation, current implementation, UI and experience. Asset manager, new way to manage your various inventories. Questions outside these topics will not be addressed, Cloud Imperium said. However, those topics are all major gameplay systems that I am happy to listen to all day. We've also had the August 2951 RSI subscriber promotions shown in more detail. So all RSI subs will have access to the ROC DS for the month of August, and you can purchase any of the freelancers with upgraded insurance as well if you're an RSI subscriber. Flout items for the month are a set of multi-tools with unique skins, Black Cherry, Harvester, and Quicksilver. Boom! That's it for today's update. I'm going to be looking through the monthly reports for the rest of the day, but what do you think about 3.14? Will they be able to solve some of the major issues for the live build? Do you think they're still on track for a live build this weekend? Have you played in the latest PTU or the Xenothreat test? What do you think? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.
Mummy, I'm going to play Star Citizen when I get home. Well, little Timmy, you can't because hackers stole our house.
This is a story I hear only too often. It was just one day before these two were going to get NordVPN. Now they have to live on the streets. Don't let that be you. Get NordVPN in the links below. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For August, we are giving away a Mercury Star Runner, the fantastic multi-crew hauler data mission runner, allowing you to do a little bit of everything the Star Citizen has to offer. To be in for a chance of winning that, comment on any of my videos made during the month. More details in the links below. If you'd like to further support the channel, consider becoming a channel member. The join button down below, you'll get some exclusive videos and content each month, and it really does help us keep going. There is also the new thanks button under my videos for another way of throwing money at us. Both me and Zin appreciate all the support for the channel. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.